The following episode of the Double After Hours podcast was originally recorded on April 18th, 2025. Double After Hours podcast. Take one. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Don't act smug.
It's time for a special episode.
Special.
Very special episode about
So special.
movie. The best movie, arguably.
The best, really. The best, Jerry. The best, really,
It's
you would
the best,
say?
Jerry. The best.
Really.
Feature film. Featuring a feature cat.
Oh!
And he's a boy.
For those of all who joined us for Last of Us last week, first of all, thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
Aaron, I think this is revenge on me somehow. By the way, Brice and Shane aren't here, so who cares? But listen, I think this is revenge somehow.
Yeah.
That I forced Aaron to sit through a lot of things to talk about on this podcast. I forced him to watch many a Spider-Man. I forced him to watch Joker. I forced him to watch The Last of Us.
Well, I think this
is
The Last of Us.
Well, sure, but the moral is that I forced you to watch a lot of things. And now I think it's all coming back through the woodwork for, you said, Charlie, these aren't my favorite things in the world. It's time to talk about my favorite thing in the world. The Garfield Movie 2004. But before we get, knee deep in the Mondays on this one, we should probably introduce ourselves.
Well, as I established at the end of Last of Us, I'm Garfield Gresser.
Garfield Gresser.
That was the end of that episode. I don't know what
I'm not
I was
referring to you as that. I'm not referring to you. No, you can listen. If you want to change that to your birth certificate, go on ahead. I'm not endorsing that.
You're not going to comply? Okay.
No,
Okay.
I'm going rogue.
You're anti-Garfield Gresser.
Anti-Garfield. Put that on a shirt. I'm ag.
Please. Oh,
please.
Merch when? I don't know. Soon.
Give it time.
Hopefully. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm Aaron Gresser, ringleader in this nonsense, and the number one Garfield the Movie 2004 fan.
Yeah. Guinness, get over here.
Absolutely.
You've got.
Where are you? Don't talk about that guy that swallowed all those pit nickels. No.
What?
No.
What?
Don't talk about that. What was that? The oldest living. I think it was like a
turtle.
Seal. It was like a seal or something that was 30 or something. Some nonsense.
How does a seal live to 30?
Magic. It was like a seal or some kind of aquatic animal. I think it was a seal. But don't talk about that. No. You got more important matters to attend to. Okay.
Right.
You have to appeal to me and me only.
Sure.
Guinness for one.
This is just a really cool way of saying you drink alone.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Explains a lot why I like Garfield 2004. Anyways, I'm here with...
Yeah, you know what? No, screw my name, right? I just imagine you pop off the recliner, you're sitting after a long, hard day of work, the wife is in the kitchen making you a meal, and you're just sitting there with your Guinness, popping in a time old classic movie in your DVD player, Garfield 2004.
Absolutely.
She gets to the scene where Garfield starts memeing around on the chair, starts dancing around. That's when she knows that, everything's right in the world.
Yeah. Or it was a huge mistake. I think it goes both ways.
Whoever is in love with someone who loves the Garfield Movie 2004 needs to have their relationship reevaluated. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. It's not love, it's lust. You're lusting over Garfield 2004. This is what this is.
It's a problem.
This is your coping mechanism from the horrors of war.
That's right.
From when you were deployed all those years ago at the ripe old age of 10. And now you're 21. Now you're
It's my coping mechanism, and I will choose how I deal with it.
Right. But I've been Charlie Robison, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the social media manager. I make the thumbnails. I write the descriptions. I can't wait to see what bullcrap I come up with a description and thumbnails this time.
God, I can only imagine.
I can only imagine as well, but I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Listen, guys.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, Brice, Shane, what do you think? They don't care. But guys,
the joke's so tired at this point.
No, because
so
like
dumb.
what? They're not here. We know. But like guys, listen. I'm gonna level with you. I'm a big Garf head. I'm a big Garf head, one could say. I've been on the I'm Sorry John subreddit. I've been reading Garfield since I was 6 years old. I've been a real connoisseur of Jim Davis's work. I have been consuming Garfield media as long as I have had teeth. And let me tell you that even in I've seen many a stinky Garfield product in my day. Garfield's Pet Force, that was on the DVD in the DVD player in the car. Not a lie. Yeah. Garfield Fiesta or Fun Fest, whatever that one was called. Watch that one too. Garfield Get Real. I've watched that with college friends and had a ball.
Sure.
Garfield and Friends, the original 2D show, wonderful. The Garfield show, the 3D one, kind of stinky, but still has a couple of good jokes.
Here and there. That was one of the ones I caught many a time, and
and even the sequel to this movie, Tale of Two Kitties, that one I had on DVD. That one I watched pretty frequently, despite how stupid it was. But this one, Garfield the movie, 2004.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I believe this is my breaking point. You know,
this is it.
This is it. This is rock bottom for me right here. Which, granted, if rock bottom for me is doing a podcast about the Garfield movie, I'd say that's still a pretty high ceiling. But the problem is that this movie is too good. You know, like the Garfield movie 2004, it does everything it does seamlessly in a way. Right? Seamless CGI that makes you forget that any other animals like could actually be realistic creatures, wonderful acting featuring wonderful chemistry between John and Liz, where John's whole character arc is stumbling his words. An incredible villain whose motivation boils down to theft.
Yeah.
It does it all with a wonderful package of Bill Murray speaking to the camera, not telling jokes, speaking. And that's enough. But am I enough for Garfield? You know?
This is the philosophical question.
No, really. Do I deserve to watch this movie? Think about all the people who worked on this, right? Think about all the people who put money into this, who advertised this, who wanted this thing to be successful. Am I ever going to live up to that? As Anton Ego from Ratatouille once said, it's easy to criticize things, right? Because we are not in a position of power to lose something. But even the most worthless hunk of junk is sometimes worth 10 times more than any words we could describe it. Is that where we are with the Garfield movie 2004? Are we on the precipice of what truly criticism is and how much it matters? Because no matter how much I will rip this thing to shreds, it'll still be bigger than any of us could ever imagine. Am I okay with that? Are you?
Oh, I'm so okay with that.
What are your thoughts, Aaron, on the slam poetry session featuring Garfield 2004? What do you got?
Oh, well, that got surprisingly philosophical.
I'm in a mood today.
You're in that mood today. See, this is your breaking point, so that's what happens.
Yeah, this is the character arc.
Well, I mean, I could pull the Brice move, and I could just say, oh yeah, this thing's phenomenal. It's my favorite movie. Top 10,
Top 10.
Top 10. Put it at top 3. Top
3.
Top 1.
Top 1. Aaron Jack. WHMI radio host of fame.
Yes, sir.
Number 1.
I could say that.
What's stopping you? Inhibition, the rain on your skin, fear of change, commitment, maybe. Don't let that control you, Aaron. Be the man you want to be.
That might be a sniper to my head right now. Gotta look around for the laser. Okay, this is an intro of all time. So, Garfield 2004 is...
It chills every time I hear it. What are you laughing about, Aaron? We're talking about a serious work of art. Can you handle that? Are you ready to have an adult conversation about the Garfield movie 2004? You know, audience, I don't think he is. And that's scary.
It brings chills
Does it not for you?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely it does. Mm-hmm. Very much so. Garfield 2004 was a...
There you go.
Sometimes I can't bring myself to say it because it's so powerful.
No, right, because once you say it, like, the expectations get placed upon your shoulders. Right. I'm like, what are you going to do to follow up that loaded statement?
Of course. It was a childhood staple. I will say that.
Really?
I'll be upfront and honest. I had this...
You were raised young.
DVD, childhood staple. Ooh. Watched it as a youngster. And it is still the movie of all time.
Wow.
It's powerful, really. See Bill Murray not try.
It makes you remember you can't try.
Right, exactly. It puts a standard out there.
It lowers the bar just enough for you to reach it.
Right. The fact that they slapped a dog in there and said, "Oh yeah, kids adults tell me won't notice, it's fine." That was powerful. That took balls.
Brass balls, one could say.
Absolutely. Like, it takes effort to not try that hard.
And failing upwards.
Yeah.
I would argue it's a pretty useful tool.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
John being a horrible human being.
What else is new?
Yeah. They're sticking to the material. They know what they're doing.
I would argue they've made plenty of creative liberties with this movie that we'll get into. Oh, sure. But absolutely. Sure, you know, because I'm a real Garf scholar, one could say. I've been in the mines consuming the stalactites of Garf, you know, for decades upon decades.
Oh, yeah. And that villain.
Whew.
The majesty. The wonder.
Can't even tell you his name. He's that powerful.
The forgettableness. It's stunning.
The best, Jerry.
I watched this movie, and afterwards, I pondered for an hour. I thought about
my
life for a little bit. And actually, it was about an hour and a half.
Okay.
I had to read.
Just like the length of the movie. Perfect. One movie viewing, one pondering period. Just as God intended. Half and half. Just Thanos said.
You gotta go back through it. 1 time speed.
No.
and really soak it all in.
Oh, sure.
It's
amazing.
It's amazing. It really is. It all comes together to be Garfield 2004. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
And do you want to know what I wouldn't have any other way? Getting into the time-honored tradition.
Please.
The moment audiences have been listening to, probably wondering why we turn into, you know, slam poetry all of a sudden when talking about this.
Right.
Wondering how the heck are we going to adapt our quick synopsis into this? Well, I think we're going to figure it out right here. Are you ready? Are you ready, Aaron? Ready?
I'm ready. Man, girl, tight.
Am I doing it this time? Is my man, girl going to get all right?
Of course you are.
Hold on. Let me take off my sunglasses so my phone could recognize my face.
Yeah.
Because, I'm just too... I don't want to look at this movie in the eyes, not because I'm ashamed, but because I know the lights will be too bright, and I want to make sure I can look at it. Hold on. That was a good joke.
That was pretty good.
By the way, budget $50 million, box office $208 million.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to let you know that right now. Now let's get into this, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got the plot. We're introduced to the man of the hour, the fattest cat of our dreams, Garfield himself. He's fat, he's lazy, and he's free-spirited. Ask me how that works. But he lives with his owner, John Arbuckle, as we've all known from comic strip fame. And he spends his time messing with many of people in his life. He likes dunking on his buddy old pal, Nermal, who normally in the comics he hates outright. But ignore that. Greatness is happening. Don't question it.
And this is all part of Bill Murray not trying.
All part of it. All part of the plan. All part of Bill Murray's big plan.
This is God's plan.
He likes messing with the dog Luca for whatever reason. He outsmarts the dog. He hates dogs. And also Arlene is there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember if they bring her up by name, but Arlene is there. There's also, the mouse named Luis, who, Garfield doesn't want to eat on the account that he tastes bad and he just doesn't like eating mice. And John decides that after Garfield eats all his lasagna, we got to take Garf to the vet. And, he goes to the vet to see his high school crush, Liz, the woman of his dreams. Why? Don't question it. Greatness is happening. And, he goes in there expecting to ask her out and that, to see where this goes, to finally start his life anew. And then she says, "You're getting a dog named Odie." And she doesn't normally do this for everyone because John loves his pets so much. We'll see what that really means later. But now, John, out of risk of making Liz mad, and also on the account that he probably likes the dog too, but whatever, takes the dog with open arms, and Garfield has to share his home with a mutt, a trouser muncher, or whatever they call him. So they call him some stupid names, like in this. Listen, the reason why the insults are slipping my mind is they were just too good.
That's right.
Great. Aaron.
Yeah.
I see the look on your face. You're wondering, where's Charlie going with this? He's not remembering the exact details like he usually is. Is he okay?
Yeah.
Shh. Shh. Don't interrupt greatness. Now,
I like that this is the catchphrase of the whole thing. Please.
Oh, I will. Speaking of please, that's what Garfield does in his spare time. He pleases himself by dancing to the TV to the Black Eyed Peas song Hey Mama, which is exactly what I say whenever I see this movie walk into my life. And, he's memeing around. He pushes Odie down, and eventually, Nermal and Arlene see that, hey, Garfield's dancing with Odie. Oh, no. And John ends up taking Liz, or it's more Liz taking John to Odie to a dog show because Liz wants to see if Odie's adjusting well. So they go to the dog show, and through a bunch of goofy little instances, Garfield jumps on Liz's truck. He memes around at the dog show. All the dogs run off the stage, leading Odie to have the center floor. And he memes around and dances around to Hey Mama. And the world goes asunder. He suddenly is, approached by Happy Chapman, someone who wants to advance his career, someone who wants to be a big name. Like all of us, we all want to be big names. That's what makes this movie wonderful. It's relatable. And just like Happy Chapman, we're going to claw and do whatever we can to get to the top, including steal a dog. Wouldn't you?
You wouldn't steal a car, would you? You wouldn't pirate a movie, would you? You wouldn't steal Odie, would you?
I wouldn't steal him. I would take him with open arms. So Garfield and Odie return home. And, Garfield's mad because Odie gets all this attention on TV. He's getting attention away from John. What's he going to do? He hits a ball, and John's entire desk gets destroyed. John discovers this, and he tells Garfield to stick it to the curb and go outside. And then Bill Murray proceeds to sing about how his life is going wrong, about how his life is not what it used to be. And in that moment, I asked myself a simple question. They got Bill Murray to sing.
How much did they have to pay? How much? That's what I want to know.
And that's when I raised my hands to the sky
Mm-hmm.
and fully embraced this movie. Because I knew if it could get Bill Murray to sing, that anything is possible. Absolute cinema. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Our God is an awesome God, and his name is Bill Murray. And I watched as he sang, and I thought to myself, not great. But that doesn't matter, because greatness is singing this time. So Garfield gets the attention of Odie. And Odie, feels bad for Garf on the account that he's a dog. So Garfield takes advantage of this and locks Odie out. Nermal and Arlene are sitting there watching this whole thing go down, and they see Odie get locked out of the house. And instead of, helping their buddy old pal Odie, who they feel so much sympathy for, they watch him chase after a pizza cart. And Odie ends up in someone else's home, where Happy Chapman ends up, taking him away. Because he goes to the place where Odie was, and he's like, all right, I guess you're mine now. You're my dog. So that happens. John wakes up and realizes that Odie is gone, and he's freaking out. And this whole time he realizes that he's got to find him. And he puts up posters everywhere, but he forgets he has a date with Liz. Liz shows up on his doorstep, by the way, looking pretty attractive. So, John's a big goof here. What's he gonna do? He's forgetting about his date with his high school crush, who he's pined over for years. And Garfield sees Odie on the TV with Happy Chapman and goes, "I gotta go get Odie. Like, John, go see Odie." And Garfield ends up going out to New York City. By the way, this movie takes place in New York City. What suburb? What borough does John in? Yes.
Queens, probably. I don't know.
John, he would, okay. I think probably it would be Queens, just based on pure energy. John would be kind of a Queens guy. But I think everyone knows that Garfield is so statin coded that you want to give him the shot.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm imagining who's neighbors with it's
with Pete Davidson,
same universe as King of Queens.
with friggin' Kevin
Doug.
James.
Heck yeah.
Oh my god. That's his name in that show? It's Doug?
Yeah.
I always just refer to him as Kevin James in King of Queens. And I just watched the clip today where they're betting on the farm animal spin or whatever. That was a good joke. But anyway, so Garfield decides to go out on his own in New York to rescue Odie. John and Liz end up having to, find out where Garfield and Odie are, because of course John leaves Garfield to get out of the house. When pet leaves, might want to fortify the fort to make sure that doesn't happen again. Nope.
What a great owner. Really speaks volumes. It's the gold standard for all pet owners. You know what? I'm going to go home. Oh, crack that door open. New cat, gone.
John, Aaron, you are not one to talk about John. You didn't even tell me you had a new cat until last week. And that cat was 2 months old in your home.
Yeah.
You're such a good owner. You don't share your love of your animals to the world.
Yeah. Maybe I
your
am
best
John
pal, Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he is like you for real.
Maybe this movie really did have a lasting effect on old Aaron.
And that's what matters, right? Aaron, the best pet owner, the best. Doesn't tell his best old buddy, old pal Charlie, about the fact he has a new cat until 2 months after the fact. The best, Charlie. The best. I'm still mad about that. It was so strange. I was on a call with him last week, and Aaron's like, "Yeah, by the way, I have a new cat," and I'm like, "What?" Aaron, what you why didn't you tell anyone? I'm not saying you had to tell just me, sure. But any of us, Shane, Brice, any of our other friends, what? And he's like, "Oh yeah, here's a picture of him on a dirty mat," and I'm like, "What?" Who? Aaron?
Whoa! You can't just breeze past dirty mat. Dirty mat was more than just a footnote.
I know, but if we have to, we're deep in the lore of greatness here. Which, by the way, greatness is talking. But anyway, we're knee deep. We can't get into dirty matology as much as we could. We got to hurry this along.
Dirty mat will come up later. Don't worry.
Dirty mat. That sounds like a sexual innuendo, and I don't like it. But anyway,
an innuendo or a great band name.
You be the judge.
Yeah, go ahead, keyboard warrior.
Yeah, exactly. Garfield ends up going to New York City, and surprise, surprise! He finds the building where Odie's at because it's on the back of a cereal box or whatever, and his mouse buddy Louise helping him get there. And he finds Odie locked in a cage, but Chapman enters in there, gives Odie a shot collar, and takes him away to a train he's going to take or whatever. And Garfield's in hot pursuit of this, but an animal control officer grabs him, mistakes him as a stray, and then if I remember correctly, he takes like a lunch tray or whatever and like skedaddles down an entire stairwell, like surfing, like he's on like an episode or like a video game of like Jet Set Radio or something like that.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling that.
And I'm sitting there going like, this is the lazy character. Why is he like shredding it like Tony Hawk? What the heck is happening, man? But then again, I remembered the cultural significance of this movie and my criticisms were silenced once more. So what happened is that this is very simple. Garfield eventually goes into he gets caught by the Pound at some point or whatever, and he ends up going to the Pound and going to cat jail. And the cat that Chapman used to work with is now in the Pound as well. And Garfield tells him why he's there. He's trying to rescue Odie. He's trying to rescue his friend who also loves John. And the animals team up to help him escape. And Garfield, through a bunch of shenanigans, finally finds Odie, and he is able to figure out the true meaning of love and how they should share John and how they should figure it out. This is all after he almost had a bunch of trains crash into each other, almost killing hundreds, if not thousands of people.
Right.
But you would too. Shut up. But like, like, come on. Like, wouldn't you? Like, I don't make the rules. Murder. Grand theft arson. Like, figure it out. Like, I would kill for Garfield.
Okay. I'm glad to know.
Like,
I actually was wondering where you stood on that.
Really? That was on the census this year?
It was a burning question.
Really? That was that, you know, the Republicans and the Democrats, they posed that one, would you kill for Garfield? He got pigeonholed for about 2 decades until they eventually got to it. Wonderful. The best, Sherry. The best. But he eventually returns to Chapman's chain to the station. Garfield finds Odie, and Chapman chases them and corners them in a suitcase area, but eventually all the animals team up on Chapman and jump him. Garfield, they incapacitate him. They figure it out. John and Liz finally find Chapman, punch him in the face. They return home. John and Liz start doing coupley goofball stuff. Garfield is hailed a hero, even though he's kind of a villain. And the movie ends.
Yeah.
Right? Garfield. A tale of heroism. A tale of justice. A tale of love.
A tale of two.
Which one of the most?
That
was better than the joke I was. That was better than the joke I was going to make. We're going to work with that. But man, Garfield. That was it.
Yeah.
When I lay that all out to you, does that sound like the Garfield movie you would pitch?
No, not at all. But no, not at all.
But we have 6 items on our good old wheel to talk about when regarding this movie. And I think we got to get right into them.
Yes, we do. The movie ended, but its legacy never did.
Exactly. On the account that every time I open Disney Plus, I remember this is on here because they bought Fox. And Paramount, the current people who own Garfield right now, just don't want to buy the rights to these movies, I guess.
Well, yeah, let Disney have them. That's fine. All right, we're going to start off with the dumb changes to designs and characters. What was Garfield?
Ooh, he's pretty.
Pretty boy.
Oh, God, he's so pretty. I think what's weird about Garfield here is that he doesn't move the same way as the other characters do in the movie. Like, obviously, like, you need to have Garfield look like Garfield, or else, like, you know, we're really, like, in bad times in Richmond High.
Sure.
But, like, for obviously, like, a lot of this is CG'd. Odie, for the most part, from what I could tell, wasn't CGI at all. but Normal and Arlene were, but they gave them designs of normal cats, which then begs the question, why did you give them the designs of normal cats if you're just going to CGI them? Just give them their more comic accurate ones, but okay, whatever. But
if you want to talk about comic accurate.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But like the whole time I'm sitting there going like, I think this feels awkward just because like Bill Murray cat just moves in a different way than everyone else. Like everyone else feels very stiff in their movements, but Garfield's all fluid and he's all dancing and he just it feels like he's like animated different than everyone else, which comes off as kind of awkward. His movement runs on different logic than everyone else, which I guess like makes some sense because like if Odie's a dumb dog, then of course Garfield's gonna move differently. But then that begs the question, why do you have this dynamic duo and they clearly aren't at the same footing at all? So where's the tension in there?
Right.
It's like oh my god. It's like I think what was throwing me is that there was no black on Garfield's design.
Yeah.
This time also, because anyone who knows Garf knows, yes, he's an orange man, but he's got a lot of black to break up the orange and like the yellows of his face.
Yeah.
But that really just wasn't here. So he was just like no outline, orange amorphous blob the whole time. I'm just sitting there going like, what are we doing here? Like, what?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. This is real opinion coming out here.
Yeah, like
silly
like,
times
as much as I love going greatness. Like we gotta reel it in here.
Greatness spoke, and it shouldn't have when it came to this design. Let me tell you.
Maybe spoke a little too loud.
Right. Yeah.
A little too great.
It's a little too great.
A little too great.
Is it?
Gotta pull back.
Oh, I guess you guys weren't ready for that, but your kids are gonna love it. I really hope there's like a cult. This becomes like a cult classic.
A cult.
Yeah, a cult and a cult classic.
I don't think it's a cult classic. Die for Wimpy Kid is a cult classic. This is not. I think it's a very different thing.
Yeah. But if you want to talk, you want to talk a little bit about characters that don't really look very, you want to talk a little bit. No. We're going to talk a little bit about a character that's not very accurate.
Which one, Ed?
I think that honor goes to a very, very special dog.
Oh, Scooby.
The dog. Well, he looked bad in that movie too. But,
darn.
But not as bad. Not as bad as Oni.
Ooh.
Did you just find him walking around in the parking lot saying, you know what? Come here. I got a contract for you to sign.
I wish the audience could have seen your face because you looked at the camera and went, you know what? Cock's eyebrows, confident smile. Come here.
Sign contract,
chin slightly raised, kind of pecking at it too. Holy crap! I'm crying. That expression was so funny.
Come sign that contract. Come on over.
Yeah, make the dog sign a contract. See how well that goes.
Did they think we were gonna notice? Did they think we were just like little Timmy? I don't care, whatever. Well,
yeah.
He's not gonna notice. It's fine. Sweep it under the rug.
He's not even yellow. It's like you could get like I don't know. I'd probably like a golden retriever would be too big, but like, you know, there's a yellow dog who's like medium sized. Like you could figure that out. You just got like a brown ass dog just hanging out there. Looks like a flock of carpet that just bugs Garfield all day. It's awful. And I know this is kind of coming off as like fanboy complaining, like, the cartoon dog is different in the movie. Well, yeah. But like, it's to me, because to me, you already put in the work of making Garfield look like somewhat horrifically accurate.
Right.
But then like you just throw a random dog at us with Odie. And I would argue it's even more insulting with Normal and Arlene because everyone who knows their Garfield lore knows Normal is a gray cat and Arlene is pink. And they're just like not like it's just really stupid. Like, you just look at that and you go, like, these are supposed to be Normal and Arlene. I'm not saying Arlene is the most complex, deep character, but, like, you could point at her in a lineup and go, yep, that's her. Like, I had to second guess if that was her here. And I've been, again, as we've established, a Garf connoisseur.
Sure.
Like, it just feels like you went the length to animate Garf somewhat accurately to his design, but then you didn't do it for the rest of them. And it's like, it creates this weird, distinct, like, dichotomy between all the other characters. It just feels awkward.
Yeah.
Also, it's just like, there's a whole, like, it's just like...
Odie's a beagle, guys. I'm still fuming about this.
Oh, sure, yeah. Welcome to NPR Garfield the movie.
Welcome back to All Garfs Considered.
Shut up. Get out.
Today we'll be discussing the choice of Hector when it comes to Odie the dog. Odie is a beagle, right?
One could say this movie gone to the dogs.
It belongs at the pound. Put it down.
You really should. My God.
How hard was it? How hard was it?
I don't know, Aaron. I wasn't there.
To find a beagle. How hard was it? I don't know. I'm really convinced. I think this might have been the real reason. I think they really did find this dog just sitting, memeing around in the parking lot, and they just slid them that contract.
Yeah.
I'm really convinced at this point.
It's just like, it's not like I'm not saying that the dog has to have like big bulbous eyes and a big cartoonish tongue and tall ears, but like James Gunn put Krypto in Superman, and like, sure, he's different than how he looks in the comics, but he's still a white dog with a cape. That's good enough.
Right.
Like,
you can at least
make him yellow. Like, right. At least yellow. Maybe he has the spot if you can make it work. Longish ears. Like,
you can draw that on with Sharpie. Grab the dog and go.
Why does the spot look really different between takes? Ah, crap! The Sharpie's wearing off. Gotta reapply the coat. $50 million.
$50 million.
How much is that in inflation? Because this is 2004. The economy's had a couple little goofs before, since then.
All right, hang on. Inflation calculator. We're gonna take a little pause here.
Take a little looky here.
$50 million in 2000. What month did this movie come out? Was it here for Christmas?
I don't know. This is like a January movie. Like, this
is a January movie.
It sucks that my birth month is the month where no good movies come out. It's so sad.
This was June 11th? Okay.
Oh, this is either like January or like the kids are out of school. Let's put them in Garfield.
Error. Please use values. What? You can't do values more than $10 million? Okay.
Well, okay, do $10 million and then just multiply that by 5.
No, we're good. We're good. That's fine.
No, we're good.
That's fine. Oh, boy. $81 million. I'm sorry. No. $84 million.
Oh! $84 million for Odie to look like an Arby's dog. Oh, this is great.
But I wouldn't have it any other way.
No, yeah, perfect movie. All right, next section, please.
Perfect movie, no flaws, greatness spoke.
Uh-huh.
And that's the moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen.
I agree.
But we're not done yet. So it's not quite the moral yet, because we're not done.
Yeah, it's one of them.
All right. Next up, we're going to talk about a big point. A big point. What are the biggest?
The biggest, you could say.
We're going to talk about the point of Garfield.
Do you want to start, or do you want me to?
I would like you to start. I'm
Okay,
fuming
gang.
for a minute. I need to settle down.
Yeah, you can really focus on this dog, but listen, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to repeat too much of what people probably already know because there's been this discussion has happened for a while now on the internet. Quentin Reviews put out a great video talking about Garfield a few years ago. I know the Game Grumps talk about Garfield. Like, a lot of people have had this open discussion about Garfield and what he kind of needs to be.
Yeah.
But for those y'all in the back who have just walked in for whatever reason, I'll say it again. Garfield is just not a character built to have like an adventurous personality. Like, he's a cat in a comic strip, and his whole purpose is to just kind of lay around and make one-liners and talk about lasagna. Nothing more, nothing less. There's a reason why like a lot of Garfield stories at their best are just very small scale. Like, I'm not saying you can't have Garfield go on an adventure, but like, you gotta like, there's a very specific way you gotta do it. It's gotta feel very like small scale in that regard, where if you send Garfield to space, it just feels weird. Like, he's not supposed to go to space. He's just a guy, you know? Like, maybe like he like goes trick-or-treating or whatever, like in the holiday specials, but like that's a very like condensed, like closed off kind of thing. Or like he goes to the farm for Christmas or whatever. Like, that's a very like simple thing, you know? Like, you can have Garfield like do stuff that doesn't just sit around in the house and make jokes about, I don't know, Fred Armisen for 2 hours, but like, you know, you have to be specific with what you employ. But this movie's answer to that was, oh, well, we need to have him save Odie in New York. And it's like, why? Why?
Why did we need this?
It's like, it just kind of feels like, because I bring this up because Garfield, one of his most important character traits is that he's lazy. Not that he's not full of energy, but that he inherently just doesn't want to leave the house. He doesn't see a reason to, outside of when he's memeing around with like at the bird bath or whatever, or he's messing with like the yard dog. Like, there's reasons why he might go out, but like for the most part, he has his own little world.
Mm-hmm.
So it begs the question, when I see Garfield jet set radioing down a stairwell and skiing and dancing to Baby Mama or whatever that song was from Black Eyed Peas, and just giving so much energy to what there's all these shenanigans, I beg the question, is this like, what are you doing here? Like, why? And it just creates a movie that doesn't, like, it looks like Garfield, even I would say not very, but it doesn't feel like Garfield. It doesn't have that wit. It doesn't have that charm that you would expect from something like this.
Right. I just took a look at the cast list.
Just in case you forgot.
No, just in case, you know, sometimes I got to review it.
No, yeah, I read this before bed every night.
Rufus Gifford was the dog owner one, the former chief of protocol for the U.S., and finance chair for the Harris campaign.
Wait, what?
I'm praying this is the same guy. I really am.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
There's no way.
You're lying. You're lying. Look it up. There's no shot. There's no chance.
He's a dog owner in real life too.
Oh, well.
I think he might have been the character.
There's no way this is the same guy who managed the Harris campaign. There's no way. No chance. No shot.
I pray.
I refuse to believe this. I refuse to believe this.
I'm speechless.
Is it?
Let me pull up the movie real quick. I need to kind of see this for myself.
You gotta look at him.
I need to look at him. I need to see him. Please.
With my own eyes.
Okay. This is going to take a minute. Do we want to take a cut, or do we want to come back in a bit?
We'll take a cut.
I think this is important enough. Okay.
No, I agree.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I
don't believe a lot of things in life. And I don't believe a lot of things on the internet either.
Sure.
There's a lot of lies out there. Don't believe everything you see or hear. But if there's one thing you can believe, it's that Rufus Gifford. Rufus. Former chief of protocol for the United States. He's a politician, diplomat. He was the finance chair for the Harris campaign.
Sure.
Heck, he even worked for Obama for 6 years.
Not 8, just 6.
Just 6 years. And yet.
And arguably his most important role.
He starred in Garfield 2004 as Dog Owner 1. It's freaking real.
Honestly, his finest work.
He posted on Twitter. He says he starred in Garfield the movie.
He starred
as Dog Owner 1 while he was in his 20s. He had no lines at all, but he was there. And then he went on to do greatness. I think this movie gave him the career bump he needed.
I agree. And, this is why when we keep coming back to the conversation of who are we to criticize this movie when the pressure of greatness is on us?
Sure.
This is why. Mm-hmm. This movie has it all. Drama, passion, love, religion, Liz wears a cross, and most importantly, American politics.
Amen.
Garfield the movie. Next wheel, please.
I can't get over that. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the wheel. All right, now it's time to talk about the stupid villain.
Okay, so when I say stupid villain, I don't mean he's that stupid. It's more that, it just feels like he's got nothing to say. Mm-hmm. I think most of the time, the best villains, the best Jerry, are the ones that often reflect the hero in some way. It doesn't got to be the most deep thing in the world. I'm not mad at Garfield for not giving me a Socrates over here. But even in, a simpler movie that just wants to do its one thing, do it well, call it a day, it still feels like it's floundering. I'm going to use the original Muppet movie, not the 2011 one, but the original one. The one where Kermit had to go around in his car and recruit all the Muppets, all while running away from the frog leg connoisseur himself. And what that movie did in just one scene is it established that Kermit and the frog leg salesman who wanted to make Kermit his mascot and eat him were not so different, you and I, in the sense that, they're both looking for fame. They're both looking for fortune. They're both looking to fulfill themselves in some way, but they're just going about it in totally different ways. It's a weird example, but, for a movie that's intended for younger audiences, I think it's an apt one to make. But what does Garfield say? Nothing.
Nope.
And that's enough. Because Garfield doesn't need to tell you what it thinks. It wants you to fill in the gaps. It's one of those movies that lets your imagination run wild. Not because it's inherently creative, but because it asks you to be. It takes out all these broken Jenga pieces on the floor and says, make me something whole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Powerful.
Also, he wasn't funny. I don't know.
Horrible.
No, he sucked.
can't beat around the bush with that.
Nah, he sucks.
It feels like the most well, of course it is the 2000s, so this is like the prime target for this trope, but it's the 2000s kid movie villain where you can't be too, or I guess they're afraid to, I think would be the better word for it, be, I guess, unique. It's more of
he's
just
no Scar.
Right. He's just generic, okay, hi, I'm the evil guy, I take the dog.
I want money.
I do want money. I have one weakness, and the characters will definitely use that weakness at some point to defeat me. Ooh. Here, have your mutt from the lot back. The mutt from the back.
The mutt from the back now.
Yeah. Yeah, I there's a lot more you could do with that, but No, perfect movie. No, it's perfect villain.
No, yeah. No, yeah, next wheel.
Absolutely. Next wheel. Wow. This next little piece on the wheel really speaks to me.
In the Garfield puzzle.
It really speaks to me. It's the one I can relate to the most. John's a terrible owner.
He really is. And you should get into this one on the account that you're the only one out of two of us who owns pets.
That's true. How do you not like secure your house and like make sure that we're going back to all Garfs considered?
All Garfs considered.
How do you not think to lock the door or lock and secure all ways that your animals could potentially get out in the wild and because in a ruckus in New York.
The Big Apple, where Garfield takes a big bite.
Oh yeah, well he wouldn't eat that.
Nah.
How do you do that? You are a horrible owner. That's like pet owning 101.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like come on now.
Oh yeah.
Sign that contract.
What comes back to you like signing a contract?
I don't know. It was really funny.
You just really like the image of like a dog with his paw like crappily signing a paper.
The dog just like
yeah, that's the stamp mark with the paw.
Yeah, right. That's
beautiful.
That's legally binding, in a way, in some magical way. But he really is like you're just letting your animals roam free and you just don't care. Like, okay, all right, let your fat cat deal with it. Sure, you kick back in the recliner and watch Wheel of Fortune or NCIS or whatever people watched in 2004 Garfield movie. I don't know.
I don't know, that Black Eyed Peas music video.
Yeah,
you know that one.
MTV. Yeah, heck yeah.
Oh yeah.
VH1. Those are the only
But
two.
also, it's like the only two. There's a real dying breed like this movie.
Ooh.
But oh boy. But and John, the whole time it just kind of feels like he doesn't like. They say he loves Garfield, but like I think 90% of his interactions with the cat is Garfield, what are you doing? And it's like, okay.
Like, okay.
I really feel the love.
Yeah, you need to call freaking somebody to get rid of those animals, put them in a good home.
Also, it's like, I could have sworn that, like, this might just be a plot hole, but when he was hanging up the posters of, like, Odie was missing, he had, like, the little tabs you can rip off, like, with the phone number, like, in case, like, something. Like, why didn't anyone use those? Like, the dog shows up on the doorstep, but, like, there was probably one of them around. I don't know. It's like... It's just like...
How many did he print? I don't know. Did he have, like, a stack of them?
Also, it's like there was no insurance system of, like, if that was really... John who owned the pet, like he didn't put his picture on like the picture, like the dog himself. Like, I am his owner. If anyone tries to claim this dog, that's not true because it's me, this guy, or whatever.
Yeah, it's like you printed that up in 2 minutes on Word and shat it out. Like, all right.
No, yeah, it's like, dude, it's like your dog's like missing. Like, just put a crappy JPEG of your face in the corner and go, John was there, and just call it a day. Like, it's not.
No.
That complicated, dude.
But I think that also really just speaks to the level of not caring that this movie really, is trying to...
Oh, don't get me wrong. Bits aside, we've gotten past that. Yeah. It's just like, I'm sitting there going, John, you are doing like everything in your power not to care about your cat.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
What a guy. What a role model. What a role model for all pet owners out there.
I agree.
Precious little dog gets lost. He's out in the city somewhere. Gotta go find him.
Gotta go find him.
Go on Word. Print one piece of paper.
One.
Staple that thing.
It wasn't one piece of paper. It was a few.
Yeah, it is. Okay, 3. You make 3 of them. You put one up, all 3 in front of your house. You're all good to go. He'll come back.
All right.
Just like that. He's bound to a contract. He has to come back.
With a little snap, crackle, pop, he'll figure it out.
What an awful movie.
You're really obsessed with this contract bit.
I don't know. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right.
Yeah.
I think we got to transition now. We got to talk a little bit about Bill Murray. We really got to mention.
Is this our last one, or is this our second to last?
We're not.
No,
we're not done yet.
Second to last. We got 2 left.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I have nothing but respect for the man.
Oh yeah, I do too.
He has led a legendary career. The man single-handedly made Ghostbusters 3 not happen. Pretty impressive stuff. Mm-hmm. But I say this with all due respect. I've never seen him be this unfunny before. And I was thinking about it because obviously the easy thing to say is that the jokes aren't funny. But why are the jokes not funny? That's a more interesting question to me. And I think what I eventually landed on is that it feels like in this movie, no one is reacting to the jokes.
Yeah.
Which, that's technically lore accurate. Garfield, as we all know, thinks everything instead of actually saying it. So technically, John has no idea what Garfield is saying. So they're keeping that spirit true. But it's different in the comics where, he's not like opening his mouth while speaking. He's just making this big, goofy, like either grin or like his frown.
Yeah.
But in this movie, he's actively saying everything, which, makes sense. But also, when you have characters who just don't inherently bounce off of that, except for the other animals, which Garfield isn't around that often in the movie, it makes it feel like he's just saying things into a void.
Right.
Like, you could cut out all of Garfield's lines and you'd still kind of understand what he's saying to a degree with John. Obviously, it's different with the other animals, but sure. It definitely feels like it was a part of the movie that it was like, all right, Garf, say a funny line here. But also just like, the jokes just aren't funny.
No.
A lot of them are just like alliteration or lines or just like observations that Garfield has.
No.
Or like he's just kind of too energetic in some it just kind of feels like this character has a very specific like deadpan charm. Like Lorenzo Music, he was the voice actor for Garfield for a while in the 90s in the cartoons, and his voice is perfect for the character. Like he just kind of gives a very like, oh man, John, I don't know, like kind of like deadpan voice to it. But Bill Murray's voice in this is too energetic. We're just going, oh man, John. It's like it's 2 different energies. And it also goes back to the point of Garfield's not supposed to be the most energetic character in the world. And when he is, it's kind of weird. Also, he sings. And listen, Garfield does technically sing. That is not a thing they made up for this movie. That is comic accurate. Anyone who knows their Garfield lore knows that he goes out to the fence and sings every night and he gets tomatoes thrown at him. Everyone knows that part. But that's not
tomatoes at Bill Murray. Did anyone go down to the grocery store and just like stock up, just ready for that performance in the booth?
In the booth. Wait, you don't think they did that live on set?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Bill Murray is a CGI cat. That's right.
No, yeah. I can't name a good role he's been in the last 5 years.
Nope.
Except for SNL.
Yeah, well, SNL. Yeah, he's good in SNL. Yeah.
But no, it's just like he does, like no characters are really reacting off to anything he says. He doesn't say anything particularly funny. He's very like just kind of mean the whole time. Like he's a character who just like exists, in a void. And that's just not what Garfield's supposed to be. Like even like when he says something, the character should have a general idea of what he's thinking. Like in the Garfield holiday specials, I think of the scene where Garfield and Grandma are talking like by the window still. And even if like Garfield isn't directly leading that conversation on the account he's a cat, it still feels like he's involved in it somehow. And like, even if Grandma doesn't understand everything he's saying, there's still a general vibe that they understand each other.
Oh, sure.
But in here, it's not the case. And it just kind of feels like he's just saying things into the void for a paycheck. And that's not fun.
No. Thank you, Bill Murray. Thank you for your outstanding performance. All that being said.
No problem, guys.
Your greatness was really showing that day.
Go watch Caddyshack.
Yeah. Well, that's a good movie, though.
Oh,
Not Caddyshack 2.
Ooh, that's my father's least favorite movie of all time.
That is not it. That is not the Bill Murray performance we want or need.
But speaking of Bill Murray performances, we got one last part of the wheel.
That's right. Which we touched on a bit, but it's
sure.
I was told beforehand by our wonderful producer,
very specific.
Wonderful producer me, to say to say it this way. So I will do for you as it is written for me here. The humor.
Yeah, the jokes aren't great. I think a lot of what makes the jokes not great is that they're just like, I think of the bit where Garfield is like, first of all, it's the scene where he's like, quote unquote, dancing to the Black Eyed Peas music video.
Sure.
I'm so befuddled by how this video started, or the scene started, where Garfield's like crappily moving his shoulders like,
right.
Yeah, Black Eyed Peas, they're in the 2000s.
Of course.
Okay.
Right.
And like, he's not even dancing. He's just like moving his shoulders like a suburban mom. Like, she's just like, this is like going wrong for Garf. And then he just shoves Odie off the chair. And the whole time you're sitting there going like, yeah, Garfield shoves Odie off of things all the time. Happens very frequently in the comics. He kicks him off the table. We're going to ignore what I just said there. But like, it just kind of feels like with this, it's just like I go back to the horror movie rule of don't kill the dog.
Yeah.
In that sense and again, like, you can have Garfield be goofy and mean to Odie, but in the comics, that's always drawn in a way that feels very silly. Like, he punts him off the table, not shoves him. There's a certain difference in violence. Like, when you watch Looney Tunes versus Cops. Right. Like, Looney Tunes has bullets and guns and dynamite and all this other nonsense that's very dangerous. But it's presented in a way that's very funny. Yeah. That's very specific. While with this movie, it's like, I'm going to shove you off the chair. Yay! And it's like, it creates a character that's kind of hard to root for in the beginning, because all he does is like be cruel to a dog, or even if the dog was stupid because it's not Odie, that's still a dog. And also when you count that, if Garfield's like a cartoon cat and the dog's a realistic dog, it's not equal in that sense either. Because, again, Garfield's just beating up a dog.
Right. I think, going back to that, pushing him off the chair thing. Yeah. To me, and I don't know if you feel the same way about this. To me, that felt like an outtake that they left in. It was like, like the dog wasn't behaving because he kept getting back up on the chair, right? And he keeps like pushing him off, right? Sure. It just feels like Bill Murray was just like ad-libbing, like, oh, no, you don't. And you're gone. Nope, it's like, I think that felt very outtake-ish to me, which is a little weird, but sure. Yeah. And then it does my other favorite, absolute favorite thing that every kids movie of this era did, where it was like the quote going wrong scene, which was Garfield at the the dog show desk. And the dog show, the dog show, and where he goes, he's like goes out and all the dogs start freaking out, where our wonderful politician was casted. God bless him.
God bless his work on Garfield.
Absolutely. Commendable honor.
That's my president. 2028. I want one more year.
Get him the presidential medal thing.
Medal of Freedom.
Mm-hmm, Medal of Freedom. Get him a Medal of Freedom.
Purple Heart.
Absolutely. You went through a war. It was called Garfield 2004. But it's my favorite thing when everything's going wrong and the music just starts going like dun 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 dun. It starts getting all whimsical and like. Yeah. Like, I can't help but laugh at that. It's not funny at all, but I can't help but laugh at it because of the tropeness of it being that kids movie.
No, yeah, thing. It's the same thing as like watching Yogi Bear. Or like Dudley,
God, that movie.
Or awful. Like. No, I'm going to answer this question for you right now. No, we're not doing it next week. Screw off.
No, we're not. No, Yogi Bear.
No. Watch us come in next week. Hey, guys.
Yogi Bear.
Listen, they got Justin Timberlake to play Boo Boo. What did you want?
That was a choice.
Didn't they? Or am I making that up? Like, I could have sworn that was it. Justin Timberlake Boo Boo ?
Yogi Bear movie. My search history will never be the same. Yes, they did. And they got another ex-Ghostbuster to be Yogi Bear. Dan Aykroyd. Why did Dan Aykroyd agree to that?
What is happening?
Why did Dan Aykroyd say, yeah?
Why did TJ Miller be in this? What is this?
Horrid.
Ugh.
Yogi Bear is
Anna Faris? Oh my god. But no, it's just like this. Back to your point about the all goes wrong scene.
Yeah. So it's like it's a guilty pleasure of mine to laugh at it because it's so stupid, but I can't help but laugh. It's the trope and it's just too ridiculous. But in hindsight, it's you've seen it too many times. But Garfield, I will. Maybe you could say like Garfield,
give it a pass.
The one that started it. It was like
it was a trendsetter. You could say it was the one that
yes.
It was the one that walked so everyone else could run. It was a real trailblazer. It was the one that dared to be different. The one that dared to stand out. The one that said, you know what? I will be the one to set the tone. Garfield 2004. What are you talking about?
Hey, if it worked for the politicians, it can work for anybody. It can work for
honestly.
Hollywood.
I don't know why Harris didn't lean into this harder with her campaign. I think she would have won.
My fellow Americans, I am so happy, so happy that I know we don't get into politics, but I'm so happy to have a wonderful member of our team, and I was inspired last night to bring him on stage and bring him forth so he could speak to all of you. It's world-renowned star of Garfield 2004. Dog owner number 1. Come on up here, man.
I like the idea that also the Black Eyed Peas song is playing as he walks up. Please, Jerry. That's not even political. That's just art that needed to happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. God bless America.
Oh.
That's a real response to that. Absolutely.
No, yeah, the humor, it's not great. It's just Bill Murray speaks into the void, the movie, or fat joke the movie, or just dog punting the pushing off the cat. It's so like mean spirited in a weird way, So strange.
Yeah, but that's what makes up Garfield the movie. That's a little in-depthness into the magic of Garfield the movie too.
No, yeah, if we can bring it on home here because we're nearing the end point here. Listen. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was bold of me to criticize this.
Yeah.
Right?
Very.
Like, this is a movie that has changed American politics forever. And it's really hard to kind of touch that with that cattle prod because there's naturally going to be a lot of people who are going to come out from the woodwork and say, Charlie, this is an American institution, this movie. Garfield the movie 2004. It has led to some of the most long-standing political figures to really get a handle on this country. Would Obama have run the country as he did if this person wasn't in his life because of Garfield the movie? I'm not sure. Would Kamala Harris be able to campaign the way she did in 2023 and 4 and during the whole presidential run or campaign? I'm not sure. This movie inherently has impacted so much of our lives in terms of the entertainment and political sphere that it's hard to touch it in a way because it's so scary. But I'm happy that we did today. Because if Garfield the movie has taught us anything at all, is to never be scared.
Yeah.
Because this movie sucks.
Amen. Amen. Bring it on home, baby.
Woo! Give me the Pretty boys that bring my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll and drift away.
Wow.
Garfield the movie, it soothes my soul when that Bill Murray cat pushes over that stupid dog. Peter wouldn't be happy.
I hate this movie. I love this movie.
You wanted to talk about it!
I hate this movie. Love this movie.
Yeah. So what's your final consensus, Aaron?
Well, I mean, it was a while since I watched it. I know, sacrilegious.
Oh, yeah, right. This is like, this is like Ramadan. You gotta do it every year. But John, I don't want to fast.
Never.
Is this another diet?
Never in my life did I ever think that Garfield and Ramadan would ever be put in the same sentence.
Maybe your imagination isn't as good as mine.
Maybe so. Maybe so. But the question is, do I want it to be that good? Do I want to put a very
you don't
sacred holiday together with a lazy orange cat?
The fact that people like this is crazy. The fact that there's people who love me for this is insane. I don't know what to tell you.
It really is. It
really is.
I guess that does mean you're doing something right. Garfield. Wrap it up in a bow. I'd probably watch again sometime.
But on that wonderful note, because Lord knows we got to get back to watching this movie and maybe its sequel this year. Who knows, man? Because we did this one because Tale of Two Cases is the one I have more thoughts on anyway. Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for listening to our wonderful expose about Garfield the movie's impact on American politics. It has been a wonderful. Philosophical, political, existential, maybe a little horny in there too. Of course. It's been an absolute wonderful experience to be able to talk about this critical piece of art with you guys. In case you guys can't get enough of this political expose material, because Lord knows I can't, we have dozens more episodes just like this one, except not really, on our podcast pages, which you can check out on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, all those other places. We have links to all of our places where podcasts are listened at rss.com, which is linked to wherever you find these episodes below. We also have a ton of social media pages like our Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and a bunch of other places, also linked in all those places below. Just look up the Double After Hours podcast wherever you can find it, and it's linked to episode below, and you'll find something you like. We also have a YouTube channel. We put on our podcast and extra gaming content and all of our other highlights and all of our goofy things. We got a lot of stuff we like to do here, but in terms of next week, if I remember correctly, Thunderbolts is coming up, Marvel's newest release. I really want to talk about that one. I'm sure Shane and Brice do too, and Aaron will be there. Yes. Or he might not be. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know with me at this point.
No, right. But I know that's coming up. So we will stay tuned on what that exactly is going to be leading towards. Other than that, I think that's everything I got. I've been Charlie Robison. Stay safe. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.
And I'm Aaron Gresser, and I also just another little footnote here about our good buddy Rufus. Apparently, he was also an assistant producer in Dr. Dolittle 2, and was also an associate producer for Daddy Daycare.
Oh, Daddy Daycare, not Camp? It's very different.
No, yeah, very different movie.
Very different.
Daddy Daycare is a horrible movie too.
Camp's even worse. Good night, America!
We'll see y'all later. Thank you for listening to the Double After Hours podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcast. If you want to see a full list of our platforms, be sure to check out our page at rss.com, linked in the description below. We've got social media pages featuring highlights on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, with links below. The best way to help us grow is by sharing us wherever you can, or by telling a friend, family member, co-worker, or whoever by word of mouth. It goes a long way. Thanks for listening and staying after hours.
Yeah, just one big happy family.
Yeah, right.
Hit the floor. No, seriously, you can come up, buddy. Come on. No, seriously, come on up. Down you go. We just hit it off so great because we both love the same thing, and that is me.